Started. Good afternoon. This is Ifan from the Strategic Day Trader, and this is your market wrap for August 25th, 2020. SPY up 0.36 and Qs up 0.79. Coming into today, bullish on the Qs and SPY, of course, uptrend on every time frame. So as we continue kind of to make our way higher here, going to be focused on if we get some kind of break in this hourly uptrend that we have going on here in the Qs and SPY. So moving into tomorrow, I think pretty straightforward here. That still going to be bullish. Pullbacks into support so far are viable opportunities. All right. Let me give you what today's plays are. BBY, and then we'll go over them. Okay, and that last one was the BMO. Okay, so let's talk about these. So started off today with the BBY. I like this gap. I like the potential here to break this uptrend here. While I hadn't quite done so yet, it's a little bit aggressive to play, but I thought we had a nice move up. We were gapping down and showing weakness at the open. So the initial play here for me was right in here when we kind of retraced right here, and then I played this sell setup right here. See the series of higher lows, played this sell setup. It was like a $1.40 stop because once I got filled and then the stop goes above here, and I gave it some room because I saw like 15 to 20 cents spread on the BBY. And was really looking for 108 on this. 108 to kind of get through this bar here. You can see that bar bottom is at 108. We were kind of breaking. So I was looking to get to the bottom of that bar. And unfortunately, we only got to, I think, 108.80. Is that what the low ended up being here? 108.60. 108.60. And then moved all the way back up. And so while this was up about an hour, I did take a loss on this one. This was the starting play here. Just didn't want to go. Didn't get to target before retracing all the way back. So that's fine. Looks like it just wasn't. Today wasn't going to be the day where it falls apart or gives us an all-day trend. And sometimes that's going to be the case. And no one really likes letting their plays give back. But that's fine. I don't have a problem with it. Some people, I think, like to go to break even or something after something's up an hour or something like that. I generally don't, because I don't want to get shaken out of plays. So I also think break even is a really bad place to put the trail. We'll actually take a look at a couple examples here. So I did do this Starbucks. I told you while I was on the mic, I'm playing this Starbucks. I'm getting in over 15. So I got filled like 16, over 15, and I'm going to use a tighter stop. I'm going to put the stop at 88. So it was 80, 88. So I think I got filled like 16 by 88. So it was like a 27, 28 cent stop. Okay. So here's a really good example of why I don't like to go to break even prematurely, is because this should now be support. Where I'm getting in was resistance that was holding this base here, and now I'm getting in over the base. Okay, so was resistance, once it's broken, becomes support. Notice how, okay, so we get off to a nice start here. Notice how when it comes back in, where do you think it dropped to? Where do you think the worst place to put the stop would have been? 81.16, right? Like I said, I got filled 81, 15.5. Said over 15, that's where I'm getting it. If you had put it maybe to break even, right, to 81.16, well, you're getting out right there, okay? And then what happens? It bounces off support and then takes off. I think max on this was 6.5 Rs, something like that, on this Starbucks move. So nice 5-minute base breakout. I also mentioned this base here, but I didn't think it was quite ready. That would have been, of course, an earlier and better entry, but this one I did play and told you while I was on mic I'm going to do this. Here are the numbers, right, on the Starbucks, okay? BMO, let this one go. There was a nice buy set up here in the morning. It took some time to get going. And the reason that I'm putting this on here, even though I didn't play it, is that I just wanted you to notice also when kind of the move is made. When is kind of the easiest time to, or to make money or to manage? It's right here when the bars get nice and tight. Over here, you can see we're a lot sloppier here, right? But then once we kind of clean up, we get that base and then we get that breakout. Same thing here with the UONEK. This was mentioned by someone in the room. I thought this was also a very nice base breakout here in the afternoon. So I thought actually after the morning actually got a little bit easier. I thought the open was a little bit tricky. I think like the POR was a good gap. The PLCE was a good gap. And a lot of these were kind of a little bit all over the place. You see strong retracement there on the PLC, even though right off the bat it looked pretty weak, and then POR actually got bought. So even some of the good gap ups didn't really go anywhere initially. Like the CRM, you can see took some time here, finally got a little bit of a breakout there that didn't hold. So I thought that got easier after the morning, and some of these nice tight bases that we've been playing, like ATEN yesterday. So hopefully if you've been watching these and you're not in the room, you can see that what we're doing is really, like, I think almost deceptively simple. Like I'm just playing a base here up at the highs when the 20 MA catches up on something that's bullish on the daily. Starbucks today is a nice gap up, and then we start to base and then the 20 MA catches up. So hopefully you can see that I'm not just picking random things and saying, well, I knew that this was going to happen because of this different thing or this different thing, or it's not even like a special any kind of analysis that goes into it. I'm really just playing the chart and playing the pattern, and so hopefully you can see that these kind of things are easy to replicate, easy to do day in and day out. And right now we're just seeing that these really tight bases, once they get nice and clean, this one was also mentioned in the morning to play that breakout, and then we can see another tight base here, breakout again. So hopefully if you are struggling in the morning, just know that a lot of things set up a little bit better after the morning. Not always going to be the case, but it's not always easy to be patient. You know what your favorite gaps are, you know what you're going to go after in the morning, and those don't always set up, right? Or even like today, I took a stop on the BBY, right? And then having to go after something else, but that's why we take our stops too, so we can move on to something else. I'm not going to watch it and try to nurse it until it maybe gets closer to break even, or the stop that I should have got out of, so this something like today, this is a pretty normal day, I thought, which is good. Actually, normal for right now, this time of the year, is actually good. I don't mind it because we are in the summer doldrums. We're outside of earnings season, so a day like today I think is fine with me, and especially that when there's good opportunities out there, right? So I know someone was saying they're still in this BMO at the end of the day. I mean, that's fantastic, right? And another one, I know some people said they played the HAIN, right? Basing at the lows and then did a breakdown, right? So that's really nice. So I think people are starting to see a lot of people I heard from today are people who just joined the room, who were part of the open house, and then starting with the room for this, I guess, their second week, unless they started late last week, and are already starting to apply it, and are already starting to kind of probably pay for the subscription. So hopefully people are doing well. I think the last couple of days, the plays, if you've let them set up and let them come to you, then you should be doing all right. And you've been managing appropriately, you haven't been kind of all over the place as far as managing and things like that, then I think the last couple of days haven't been too bad. Maybe not the busiest, but the plays are there, so that's really nice. Okay, all right, that'll do it for today's market wrap. Hope you had a nice day. We'll be back at it tomorrow, and then I will talk to you then. Have a good evening.